You know, KitKat is the world's most iconic chocolate bar. Its crispy snap and creamy chocolate, a universal symbol of indulgence since 1935. But have you ever stopped to wonder, how do they craft this legendary treat? Today, I'm throwing open the doors to a high-tech factory, where over 5 million KitKats are born every single day, inviting you on a pulse-pounding, all-access tour that'll unravel the secrets behind that perfect crunch. Picture sun-drenched cocoa fields, molten chocolate rivers, and machines moving with laser precision. This isn't just a process. It's a cinematic saga of flavor, innovation, and pure magic. Buckle up for an unforgettable journey into the heart of KitKat's creation. Because this 30-minute adventure will leave you hungry for more and totally obsessed with the artistry behind every bite. Our story begins in the steamy, vibrant cocoa fields of the Ivory Coast, where the tropical sun bathes endless rows of cocoa trees in golden light. Skilled farmers, their hands calloused from years of expertise, move with purpose, slicing open plump cocoa pods with machetes sharpened to perfection. Each pod splits to reveal a treasure trove of creamy white beans, nestled like pearls and pulsing with the promise of chocolatey greatness. These beans are no ordinary crop. They're the soul of every KitKat, carefully harvested and spread across sprawling mats to dry under the relentless sun. For 8 days, the beans bask in the heat, their moisture evaporating as their flavors deepen into a rich, earthy essence. Farmers inspect each one with a jeweler's precision, testing for size, texture, and that intoxicating cocoa aroma that signals perfection. Only the finest beans abound. 1 in 10 make the cut, loaded into sacks and shipped across oceans to a factory buzzing with anticipation, where the real transformation kicks into high gear. The factory is a marvel of modern engineering, a sprawling labyrinth of gleaming steel and humming machines that feels like stepping into a sci-fi block. Massive sacks of cocoa beans arrive, their contents spilling onto shimmering conveyor belts that snake through the facility like arteries. Picture a colossal, spinning drum. Think of a giant washing machine built for flavorware. The beans tumble in a hypnotic dance, rubbing against each other to shed dirt, husks, and any stray debris. Powerful air jets, roaring like miniature hurricanes, blast away the last traces of impurities, leaving behind pristine cocoa beans that gleam like polished gems. These beans are now ready for their first trial by fire, fed into towering roasters that loom over the factory floor like ancient alchemical furnaces. The roasting process is a closely guarded secret, with temperatures fine-tuned to an exact degree to coax out the beans' deep, nutty soul. For an hour, the beans sizzle and pop, their aroma flooding the factory with a warm, toasty scent that's so rich you can almost taste it. When they emerge, they're no longer just beans. They're the foundation of KitKat's unmistakable chocolate flavor. Now, the alchemy gets intense. The roasted beans are funneled into grinders that roar with raw power, their blades pulverizing the beans into a thick, velvety paste called chocolate liquor. Don't be fooled by the name. There's no alcohol here, just pure, concentrated cocoa essence. That's the heart of every KitKat. This liquid gold flows into massive mixing vats, where it's blended with cocoa butter, vegetable fat, milk powder, sugar, and a delicate whisper of vanilla. Each ingredient is measured with the precision of a master chef crafting a dish, ensuring a creamy, harmonious base that's both rich and balanced. The mixture then surges into refiners. Think giant rolling pins of steel that crush it into a fine, powdery texture. But the journey to perfection is far from over. The powder cascades into conking machines, colossal mixers that look like they could churn a small lake. For 7 hours, these machines work tirelessly, their paddles spinning in a rhythmic dance that smooths every particle until the chocolate is silkier than a midnight breeze. Friction heats the mix, melting the cocoa butter and blending in a few secret ingredients. Trade secrets, nestle guards like a dragon hoarding gold, that give KitKat its one-of-a-kind taste. The result is a chocolate so smooth it could melt on your tongue just by looking at it. But the chocolate must wait its turn, because it's time for tempering, a delicate ballet of heating and cooling that's as much art as science. Massive, tempering vessels, gleaming like futuristic cauldrons, cycle the chocolate through precise temperature changes, from warm to cool and back again. This process, lasting several hours, locks in the chocolate's glossy shine and velvety texture, ensuring that signature snap when you break a KitKat bar. As the chocolate simmers, ready to play its starring role, another part of the factory bursts into life, crafting the crispy heart of every KitKat. The wafer. Imagine towering silos, each one brimming with golden wheat flour, their contents cascading into mixers the size of small rooms. Here, the flour meets sugar, oil, water, and a surprising hero, yeast. This tiny ingredient is the secret behind the wafer's feather-light crunch, creating millions of microscopic air bubbles that make every bite feel like biting into a cloud. The batter rests for 30 minutes, letting the yeast work its magic, before being pumped through gleaming pipes into massive baking plates. These plates, etched with KitKat's iconic grid pattern, snap shut like oversized waffle irons, spreading the batter evenly into thin, perfect sheets. They glide through a 100-foot oven, where temperatures hit 150 degrees Fahrenheit for a lightning-fast 110 seconds. The air fills with the warm, toasty scent of baking wafers, a smell so inviting it could pull you across the factory floor. As the plates pop open, golden wafer sheets emerge, crisp and ready for their next adventure, cooling in a towering, serpentine chamber that twists through the factory like a futuristic roller coaster. The cooled wafers glide down the line, their golden surfaces gleaming under the factory's bright lights. Here, they meet a cascade of chocolate filling, not the same as the outer coating, but a lighter, creamier blend with a jaw-dropping twist, crushed KitKats that didn't pass inspection. These reworks are ground into a fine powder and mixed back into the filling, adding a subtle depth of flavor while ensuring zero waste, a brilliant nod to sustainability. Robotic arms, moving with the grace of a ballet dancer, layer the wafers into perfect trios, 3 crisp sheets, sandwiching 2 layers of creamy chocolate filling. The stacks pass through a sealed cooling chamber, where the filling sets just right, locking in that perfect balance of crunch and cream. Then, blades sharper than a samurai's katana slice through the stacks, carving them into the iconic 4-finger blocks that make every KitKat instantly recognizable. Now, we've reached the moment that'll make your heart race and your mouth water. The chocolate coating, molten chocolate, fresh from the tempering tanks, surges through overhead pipes like a river of pure decadence. Its rich, brown hue, shimmering under the factory lights. It pours into molds embossed with the KitKat logo, each one a tiny canvas for chocolate artistry. Robotic arms lift the wafer stacks with surgical precision, nestling them into the chocolate-filled molds. A quick press anchors them in place, and a final layer of chocolate cascades over the top, sealing the wafers in a glossy, flawless shell. But perfection comes at a cost. Each bar passes under an X-ray machine, its beams scanning for misaligned wafers, air bubbles, or any imperfection. Flawed bars are whisked away to be reborn as filling, while the flawless ones glide through a cooling zone, chilled to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, where the chocolate hardens into a snap-worthy masterpiece that's as beautiful as it is delicious. The final act is a whirlwind of precision and speed that feels like the climax of an action movie. The molds twist gently, popping the bars onto a conveyor belt with a satisfying thud that echoes through the factory. Another round of inspections, X-rays, and high-res cameras working in tandem ensures every bar is pristine, with no exposed wafers or pesky air pockets. Then, the iconic red wrapper takes center stage, applied by machines that wrap and heat seal over 5 million bars a day with breathtaking efficiency. The bars are grouped into multi-packs, boxed by robotic arms that move like extensions of the factory's beating heart, and stacked onto pallets in a fully automated warehouse that hums with sci-fi precision. Picture a vast, cathedral-like space, where robotic cranes glide silently, tracking and organizing pallets with computer-driven accuracy. On peak days, up to 40 trucks roll out, their cargo holds brimming with these chocolatey treasures, destined for vending machines, corner stores, and supermarket shelves across the nation, ready to deliver a moment of joy to anyone craving a break. But let's hit pause for a second to marvel at the brilliance of KitKat's slogan, "Have a break. Have a Kit." Since 1958, it's been more than just a catchy phrase, it's a global rallying cry. An invitation to step away from the chaos of life and savor a moment of pure indulgence. That satisfying snap as you break a finger off the bar. It's not just about the chocolate and wafers. It's about breaking free from the grind, stealing a fleeting second of bliss in a world that never slows down. It's a reminder that KitKat isn't just a treat, it's a ritual, a tiny act of rebellion against the everyday hustle. And it all begins here, in this factory, where passion, precision, and a touch of magic collide to create a candy bar that's loved by millions. As the final pallets roll out, the factory never rests. Its machines humming 24/7 to churn out over 5 million bars a day to satisfy America's insatiable sweet tooth. From the sun-soaked cocoa fields of the Ivory Coast to the gleaming conveyor belts of this high-tech wonderland, Every step of this journey is a testament to the artistry and innovation behind KitKat. Did you know that the factory recycles every single imperfect bar, grinding them into filling to ensure nothing goes to waste? Or that the roasting process is so precise that even a 1-degree difference can alter the chocolate's flavor? These are the secrets that make KitKat more than just a candy bar. It's a global legacy, a symbol of joy crafted with care and ingenuity. Picture yourself standing at the end of the production line, the air thick with the scent of fresh chocolate, the sound of snapping KitKats echoing in your mind. Every bar that leaves this factory carries with it a story of sunlit fields, fiery roasters, and machines that move with the precision of a symphony. So, the next time you peel back that shiny red wrapper and hear that perfect snap, know that you're holding a piece of magic, a treat that's traveled from distant shores to your hands, crafted with love and engineered for joy. Thanks for joining me on this epic 30-minute tour through the heart of a KitKat factory. It's been a wild ride, and I hope you're as obsessed with this process as I am. If you're craving more behind-the-scenes magic, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and grab a KitKat to celebrate. Have a break, have a KitKat, and I'll see you in the next adventure.